Have you ever sat in a group meetings or social dinners and feel like an outsider? You want to feel included, but you just don't know what to say, you don't know when to jump in, and on top of that, you feel shy and awkward. If so, don't worry, today's video is made for you. I'm gonna teach you your entry cues, your low-risk openers for both formal settings and casual settings, and, most importantly, how to manage your intonation to maximize your result 10 times. Hi everyone, 我是你们的秋韵老师. Welcome to my mini-series of daily English power skills. In previous episodes, I've shared with you how to build instant one-on-one connections, how to respond to authority figures. So if you haven't watched those videos, be sure to check it out. It's packed with gems. In this episode, we're going to deal with group situations. So grab your notebook because I'm going to give you practical lines to say. First, let's talk about your entry cues. When do you join in? You want to look for places where pauses and laughter happen. Those are really natural openings. So when you hear someone is taking a pause or a bunch of people are laughing together and you can feel the vibe is welcoming, warm, and friendly, that's a good place to jump in. If, let's say, two people are dominating the conversation, let them talk. You wait for phrases like, so basically, or at the end of the day, or so anyways. When you hear these phrases, it means the other person is wrapping up. And that will be a good chance for you to jump in. And usually you can feel the shift in the other person's tone or the energy when someone is wrapping up. So just pick up the social cue. Second, let's talk about your low-risk openers. In this section, I'm going to dissect a lot of stuff, including formal settings, casual situations, and I'm going to also provide you with different scenarios, so just stay with me. We're going to look at a formal setting first. Let's say that you're in a group work meeting. Your colleague has been talking for a while and you have something that you want to add on. If that person is finishing up their thoughts saying, so basically this is how we're going to move forward. Now, what you don't want to do here is stay silent, say nothing, go home and feel bad about yourself for never speaking up, or you jump in very abruptly saying, but I think we should try this. Even though we both know that your intention is to bring more value on the table, but this abrupt approach can feel like you're cutting the other person off, and no one likes to be cut off. Also depends on who you're speaking to. It might come off as you're looking green in a formal setting. Here's a formula that could help you out. You show agreement and validation first, and then add your point of view. So same scenario, your colleague is saying, so basically that's the plan moving forward. You then jump in with, yeah, I totally agree with you. And I also noticed that blah, blah, blah. Or that's so true. For me, it's about blah, blah, blah. You can also say, that's exactly what I was thinking. And on top of that, I think blah, blah, blah. These will keep you in the flow of the conversation without feeling like you're interrupting. And all these phrases that I just mentioned to you, yeah, I totally agree with you. That's so true. That's exactly what I was thinking. All these phrases are really good at showing agreement and alignment with the other person, so they feel valued and heard first before hearing your point of view. Now let's move on to a casual situation. Let's say if you're having a casual dinner with your friends and you really want to get closer to them, you want to build more engagement with people. A good formula to use here is to give compliment and then show your curiosity. I'm going to give you two scenarios. Scenario one, someone just shared this new AI app tool that they're trying and they're super excited about it and saying, this new app is supposed to save so much time. You can jump in and say, that's so interesting. Can you tell me more about it? I've been looking for something like that. That's so interesting is giving them a compliment. And when you ask, can you tell me more about it? That is you showing them curiosity. And showing curiosity towards the other person builds instant connection. And by doing this, you're also giving the other person a chance to show off what they know well. Scenario number two, your friends are chatting about their weekend plans. And one of them is saying, anyway, I think I might just go hiking this weekend. Here, you can jump in and say, hiking sounds adventurous. Where do you usually like to go hike? Let's dissect it again. Hiking sounds adventurous is you giving them a compliment. Where do you usually like to go hike? That is you showing them curiosity. Now you're part of this conversation flow and you also let the other person know that you care about what they do and you are interested in getting to know them more. All right, everyone, now we're gonna talk to the most important thing, intonation. I really want you to pay attention to what I'm gonna tell you next because if your intonation is off, none of the strategies that I just taught you is gonna work well. So when you're jumping into a conversation, you wanna keep your intonation and your energy up. That is you giving a social cue to everyone around you that here I am jumping in. The mistakes that a lot of Chinese people are making is coming in very straight and flat. I'm gonna show you an example so you know what I'm talking about. Let's just use the same examples that I just presented to you. Your colleague saying, so that's basically the plan we're gonna move forward with. And then you jump in flat and say, yeah, I totally agree with you. And I also think blah, blah, blah. Can you feel that your tone and energy, if it's so flat, you kind of just disappeared into the conversation. Like sometimes people wouldn't even catch the cue that you just said something. Compared to, yeah, I totally agree with you. And here's what I think about blah, blah, blah. Now the point is clear. You are making it very clear to the other person. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The intonation is up. You can also put this back to a casual setting. Guys, I also do want to mention that in a lot of casual dinners, like especially in New York, the music or the background noises are so loud. If your intonation is flat and down, people just won't be able to pick up what exact point you're making. Let's use the second scenario when your friends are saying, anyway, I think I might just go hiking this weekend. And then you come in flat. Hiking sounds adventurous. Where do you like to go hike? Compared to when you come in intonation up. Hiking sounds adventurous. Where would you like to go hike? You can feel a different energy is entering in the conversation. And I do want to say, I understand part of it, a lot of people are doing it wrong is because that they don't know about this whole intonation stuff. But I also feel like subconsciously, we're just so used to being modest and just, kind of fade into the background and you don't want to make a big scene out of it. You want to be modest and low-key, but that kind of way of thinking is not going to help with building stronger connections with people and having a bigger engagement. Alrighty, if you have watched this far, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. And I also know that you're someone who values communication skills. So here's my mission to you. Pick one group settings. It can be class discussion, your work meetings, or casual gatherings with your friends. I want you to commit to proactively speaking up once. No matter what. Whatever you say, it does not have to be profound, but just practicing the action of jumping in, that's gonna build your confidence muscle.